And now it's Deborah Kobylt Live.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for Deborah Kobylt Live. We have quite an interesting and I think important show for you today. I'd like to welcome Tomasz Zaleski, chairman of the Royal Private Office from the UAE, and of course, Valentina Castellani, Quinn, chairman of Quinn Entertainment Studios, film producer. Both of you, thank you. It's an honor to have you both join us.
Good afternoon, Deborah. It's a pleasure for me to be with you once again and with this amazing figure that is Tomasz Zaleski from His Royal Highness Office of Sheikh Ahmed bin Faisal Al Qassimi in Dubai, in the Emirates.
Very exciting to have you both. Oh, go ahead, please, Tomasz.
I want to say welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Good night to Dubai. And good afternoon in the America. My pleasure to be here, and I wish this conversation will go around the world and support understanding what we doing here in UAE and USA, how will be our cooperation, how looks our future. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Tomasz. May I call you Tomasz?
Yes. Unfortunately, this is my name.
No, of course. But, you know, the reason why I thought this was such an important story to tell is the collaboration between a Hollywood studio and between the work that you're doing there in the UAE. And I believe this is the first of its kind. So either of you, if you could please start and tell me about this collaboration between Quinn Studios and, of course, the Royal Office in the UAE, please.
Yes, first of all, I want to say I'm the chairman, Sheikh Ahmed bin Faisal Al Qassimi. At the same time, I'm guy what our office support all the business industry. Like we know, between USA and UAE is very, very good collaboration. Business side, political side, and like we already start move the future, we want to construction the bridge between Hollywood and UAE. This is our goal. This is what we want to do, because you know during this time was this sickness coming around the world. We decide make people busy, not only work outside, but make people busy and watching something and something nice story, what is in also TV. This day, we decide our way, and Valentina and also our CEO, Salwa Abdul Aziz, what today she's on the business trip, but in the future enjoy maybe your program and also, of course, enjoy inside our way construction this idea. This is important. We here, our office, our country is open from almost 250 people around the world. We're dealing between this nationality. This is important understanding these people. My experience, our experience, because we're working our team, this is important also. We understand what people need this moment, how support from the business side and from entrepreneurial side, you know. That's why it's my pleasure enjoy this team, meet you, meet Valentina today, and we looking forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Valentina, talk to me a little bit about the collaboration, the production collaboration, because I believe you're starting with a very exciting film. Now, first of all, you're producing in collaboration TV shows, films, festivals, events, etc. But to kick this collaboration off, you're starting with the film Polo. Would you tell me a little bit about that, please?
Deborah, you know, this has been a fantastic and very happy chapter of my life as a producer, as the chairman of my studio, Quinn Studios Entertainment, keeping a beautiful legacy alive, but also opening bridges to other countries. And there is nothing that made me more proud to create this bridge really for the first time, because as we know, Hollywood has been having some exchanges with the Emirates in terms of finances, co-financing film, but never really co-producing together. together. So when I came one of the first time in Dubai last March to speak at a Congress, and then I was called by Tomasz Zaleski and the CEO of his royal office, Sheikh Al-Qassimi, and that's Salwa, a beautiful woman actually, and that really was already something very impressive, that a woman was a CEO and next to him an international figure like Tomasz that wasn't necessarily fully Arab, but it showed the internationality of this beautiful royal office. And we spoke together about this, and I spoke about this beautiful story. It's a true story that I read in a scrap of paper one day about this lady that put together a polo team in the suburbia of an American city. And it is a group of very unprivileged kids from all walks of life and all nationalities that gather together in a polo team. Kids that usually roam the streets, you know, they drop off from school. They have no future other than one of drug dealers, you know, robbers, and in and out the correctional system. And this lady put them together, and through the team, through working together, they're crossing their limits, their boundaries between different ethnicity, different languages, different cultures, and that hostility that is typical of a poor neighborhood, let's say. And they become one, and they find themselves. So I love the story. As soon as I told to Tomasz and Salwa, they embraced it right away. We could see the vision of starting this beautiful partnership together with a film that had so many ethical, educational meaning, like this beautiful film. And not only that, but the sport of polo, of course, is the typical traditional sport in the Emirates. So it would embrace like soccer in Italy. And so we started this collaboration. The film is produced by Quinn Studios Entertainment in Los Angeles, the Royal Office in the Emirates, Nereides, the Bourbon Group in Paris, who did the business plan and was very helpful at first. And then with the sport collaboration, the sport consultancy from the Monte Carlo Polo Federation. So it's a great union and compound international that created the steps, the foundation to start this beautiful story. So it's been quite a journey. We had an amazing press conference 2 months ago in December, 1 month ago actually, in Dubai with a lot of journalists and figures from the Emirates, and we're ready to start. I'm going to be back in the Emirates by the end of February, and we'll stay there for pre-production. So very, very exciting. And I would say also that the Emirates are quite ready for these steps. And that's what inspired me by going there since 5 years ago, to see that this country is quite ready to produce their own stories, their own film with an international format like Hollywood, the quality of Hollywood, the professionalism and modernity of the Emirates.
And what I also find interesting, Tomasz, if you want to address this, working with women, right? Women at a senior level, women in Hollywood. Could you address that for me, please?
Like we're working from women, yes? Yes, we support this idea. We support this gender, what is now the famous around the world, and we empower the women. This is also our office doing. We have a lot of past, a lot of future. What construction? This woman be strong. This woman have a lot of things to do, and this is my pleasure, because end of the day, end of the story, maybe men will become in the story. You know, this is important. Like now, what we're doing, how I see the movement. And not only UAE, but around the world, because a lot of people coming also from USA and want to have this idea. It's not about idea. This is about pleasure, working from smart, nice, and, because, you know, men all the time need women, women all the time need men, and this collaboration need to be funded right way. For us, we going this north, we support every time. We have a lot of events coming now, even huge event after 1 month in being UAE, also many important and powerful women coming from USA. We have also important women in GCC, in UAE. This is now what we also providing and we shoot in this world. And this is, I think, very, very important, because what I'm hearing from the people need this. People like nice movie. People like nice business. People like nice life. And we hear all the community support every day from hard work, from our team. We follow this needs every day, sometimes 24 hours, like Valentina enjoy us many times in UAE. He asked me when I'm sleeping. I'm almost zero.
Never.
Like even today. But
no, not today. You're way
No.
ahead right now. You had to wake up
yes,
in the middle of the night for this interview. Very.
Yes, but this is
thank
what is
you.
our pleasure, and this is also very good from everybody.
What do you want people to know about visiting the UAE? Now, I have not visited, and I look forward to visiting the UAE and doing work in the UAE, and how things have changed in your country, and maybe to erase some, preconceptions about working with the UAE.
UAE many times from the beginning, what's happened so many times in this world is open from everybody. Like I said in the beginning, we're living around 250 nationality. We have the same level understanding. We have the same level make the business. UAE is open. UAE welcome everybody. And what I'm see a lot of business coming now, more like the business going to little bit more to the Asia Pacific. I don't know why is the reason. Maybe because the beautiful weather, maybe because the beautiful rulers would know how to managing this country. I'm appreciate everything what's happened here. That's why I'm decide live here, and also wanted to tell my Highness give me the possibility driving this car on the way, and my rules here is funded the way. How come I'm find the way straight way support all the people, all the business what coming to UAE, what we show, what people see, how many people follow, for example, our social media, how many people thankful from what we doing. This is something this is not maybe modest, but this is something what we did. This is people what feeling. We support also not business here, because we're doing business in Africa, we're doing business now in USA, we're doing business in the Europe, we're doing business around the world. This is our vision. This is also vision our rulers, like happy people, happy business, happy life. Thank you.
Valentina, thank you. Valentina, talk to me a little bit about your experience. I mean, you've told me personally what a wonderful experience it has been doing business there in the UAE. But if you could describe a little bit, getting this off the ground, this business collaboration is not so easy, but you both did it in collaboration. Tell me your experience working there and getting this to happen.
It was a very pleasant experience, I must say. I would say this, definitely, one of the reasons also why the Emirates are so appealing now and so skyrocketing is because it was a country that had the courage to stay open throughout the pandemic, although with all the safety system possible in place, but it was a country that allowed international people to continue working. So a lot of people recovered to work in the Emirates and to present initiatives. A lot of Congress, international summit forums are happening there when before they were happening all over the world. So it was a great conglomerate of international people and very, very enthusiastic people to mix together in a town that in many senses is new. Because, keep in mind, it's been created Dubai in the last 20 years, 30 years, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tomas, but you feel the freshness probably like New York in the 30s, in the 40s, So there is that great sense of enthusiasm. Definitely needs to be backed up with great professionality, with great resume and seriousness and experience. Otherwise, nothing convey to a partnership, sort of saying. But the friendliness that I encounter, first of all, from the royal office, Tomasz and Salwa and His Highness the Sheikh, Ahmed Al-Qassimi, but from everybody, we go to the Emirates and we feel at first, oh my God, maybe I will be lost. The traditions are very different. The weather is different. The language is different. It's not like going to Europe necessarily, sort of saying.
Right.
Instead, I found a community, first of all, that is very international. There are Americans, there are Europeans, Italians, English people all together mixed with the locals, but also very ready to expand, to welcome you, to listen to you, which is something that unfortunately right now we feel all compressed because of this crisis. In many other countries, including the States, we feel a little bit contained because we don't know, there is fragility, sort of saying, especially in the entertainment business, which is where I'm working, where instead in there was great openness. And I felt right away when I spoke with Tomasz and Salwa at the royal office that there was an openness to create something together. And we got together right away. Okay, let's write the agreement. It was as fast as we speak, because first of all, I think I felt like in a family. I have to tell you the truth. I was hesitant at first, but when I went in that office, I felt like a family, really. And that's what we were. I mean, we eat all together, we speak all together, we do daily meetings all together and laugh together and try to solve any possible crisis and stuff. So I feel like I have a second home by now in Dubai. And I think many people can say the same thing because of the openness to people, to work, to countries, religions. It is a beautiful sensation to witness in a moment of the world is in crisis, that a country is leading with openness.
Talk to me about some of the creations that you've talked about. Obviously, you're going to be starting production on the film Polo. I look forward to that. But some of the other endeavors that you're going to be doing together as a partnership.
Yes, it's a partnership that entails documentaries and TV series as much as events or summits, depending, from what we have in mind, and also the openness to produce other films with India, for example, and I will leave Tomasz talk about that, and other countries, working with Netflix and many other media formats, that right now are working internationally. And please, Tomasz, you can expand onto that.
Go ahead.
I wanna say something like we was feeling this pleasure be from Hollywood and USA. We follow this idea. We was follow this idea, and now we also, like Valentina, and a company AWS from India. We shoot also production company in UAE, what is also our new baby. And the new baby will be production movie Bollywood from India and UAE. And this is many short and long movie. What we want to start already is done also, and will be show up soon how we move forward. This is important. Like we maybe say we greedy this new possibility, what give us God, what give us this time. And I'm like I say, driving the car, like I want to use all the time the possibility, this moment. I'm this guy who not want to waiting from another 2-3 years because I feel it. This is the time from the good entertainment. This is the time from something change in this world. And even I wish maybe future we will make some more education movie, like people not only have fun, but people have knowledge how to during sometimes not easy time what we already have passed. Because make busy mind is easy, but make busy mind and smart mind need to have some place, get the knowledge. This is our vision. This is what we want to do. And we follow this idea from last 1 year. This year, I feel will be big year of the success. This production company, what we already shoot in UAE. Thank you so much.
I like that you said, you're most welcome. Thank you that you said you want to do, films with a story such as educational type films. You mean also films with a social conscience or about perhaps the environment and that type of thing, correct?
Yes. Absolutely, yes. Social impact story. I've been always doing a little bit of that, but now there is even more meaning because we're going international. There are so many other stories to tell, and right now, entertainment, a film is the most powerful platform to convey a new idea. A film can really change a society, make people shift their mind, open their mind, educate. It is so fast, so quick. It is in all our house through the new platform from Netflix to Amazon, Hulu, and on, that there is so much we can do with this tool to really educate young minds, to expand adult mind, and create unity more than anything in a world that right now feels so fractured. I think there is here a wonderful opportunity to instead create unity, to embrace our diversities, to embrace the possibility of working together.
Tell me what, go ahead, please.
No. And also the new idea give a lot of possibility. Now, for example, children, tomorrow, new famous woman, after tomorrow, new famous every people. Because also my vision is like give chance everybody. Everybody is same. Everybody need to have a chance. And for example, now we have a lot of requirement from many kind of job. This is the actor. This is some another people, and we want a construction something would give many possibility, many people. And for example, working between USA, India, and maybe another country, because we have also already a lot of discussion. I want to give chance new people, because for example, if somebody is famous, already is famous, but give the possibility, these people would want to be famous and they want to creating something. And they have a lot of idea how shoot inside. Let's call it the startup sometimes, yes, from the business and from the human being. And I want to give chance, take the startup, the human being, because I'm also feel working this position, how many people ask about too many different things. And how long we live, our vision is support all the community together.
Your first, when you first went to the UAE, Valentina, what surprised you most about life there for the people living there, not as a tourist, but through your vision, the people living there, and particular the women living there?
I was very surprised. The first place where I spoke, the first forum I was invited to speak was for a women empowerment panel. And I requested kindly to speak, to have a panel among different sheikhs. you know, the royal family, the different women from royal families, you know, and everybody trembled a little bit, you know. The production was European and American of the forum, so nobody really knew what to expect. And they're like, are you really sure? You don't know the tradition, you don't know if some question could be not appropriate. I'm like, no, please trust, we are among women. And I have to say, what surprised me the most, we have a pre-concept maybe that, you know, because of historical factor and because of differences, you know, ignorance in the sense of ignoring other traditions, that the women were submitted a lot. And here I am with three amazing Sheikha, one more educated and committed to society than the other. The panel was way stronger than any other panel in the Congress. So they invited me to other Congress because of that original panel in March. And they were extremely active with communities, with the poor neighborhood, with kids, with education, with the civil rights, with anything. So it really surprised me, because we have an idea that women are secluded from society, but here I found they were leader. In fact, then I went to the royal office and the CEO is actually Miss Salwa Abdul Aziz, a woman extremely highly educated, coming from a royal family in Africa, and quite open and ready to work internationally. So that was very surprised, because I keep being asked, how do you feel in there? Do you have to wear a veil? Do you have to be in some tradition? Not necessarily. I felt like a professional human being welcome for my formation, my traditions, my internationality, and mixing together quite perfectly.
Well, I want to congratulate you both for this incredible collaboration and for explaining to us a little bit about future business endeavors there in the UAE, what it's like to live there, not just from the point of view of someone who lives there, but the point of view of someone such as yourself, a businesswoman, Valentina. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Tomasz? I'll give you that first, please, because our audience is international. So there are many people who will be seeing this show. What would you like to add?
Regarding last conversation, Valentina, about our CEO, Salwa Abdul Aziz, show this thing like we open from everything. UAE is open from every people, every business, every idea, and we welcome everybody. This is the most important message. Like, people will not follow old idea, what is in the mind, because everything, I'm here, I feel it, I smell it, I feel so beautiful. This is for me most important thing. What I will want to add, and this our conversation, my pleasure be here, my pleasure be there, my pleasure be another place. Everywhere where people need us, we in this community. This is important, how we watching this world, how we understanding this world, and this world give us after the number, you know. We not fight about huge number, but we fight about the real number. And the real number give us people what answer our movie, answer our vision, answer our destiny. This is important. This is our pleasure. This is Valentina pleasure. This is your pleasure. This is people around the world. Thank you so much from everything.
No, thank you. You are a shining reflection of business and people, what's going on there in the UAE for so many of us who have not visited. And you make me want to go immediately.
Welcome.
To really...
We want you. Welcome to us. Start feeling this beautiful country, this beautiful weather, and every day sun give us new idea. This is important because I am coming from country where the sun is not too much, but here really, let's call it depression not have space.
Right. You come from Poland, correct?
Yes, sure.
Yes. Beautiful. Valentina, some parting words from you as well. And that was so well said, Tomasz. Just beautiful. Please.
Well, I will always say, I say a leader is leading people, but a leader is led by his own cause. And my cause, the cause of this team is definitely unity, enthusiasm, a sense of being together and create together. And so there is a lot that I'm led to and I look forward to.
Yeah, this has been a wonderful opportunity to speak to you both. And I especially enjoyed speaking to you, Tomasz, because you really gave me, and I believe our audience, an indication on what it's like to be there, to work there, and what it's like to be a woman working there, and for the future of women and all people from everywhere. It is it's a beautiful thing to know this, because so many people may have a misconception, and I think you've cleared that up for so many. So anyway, I'd really like to thank you both for being here very much. So Tomasz Zaleski, the chairman of the Royal Private Office from the UAE, and of course, Valentina Castellani, Quinn. The collaboration is just beautiful with your studio, Quinn Studios. And gosh, now you can get some rest, Tomasz, because this is sort of the middle of the night for you over there, isn't it?
Yes, not problem. We already need to start work soon. That's why thank you so much. One more time.
Thank you.
I want to say hello, everybody. Come to us, enjoy to us, and be between us. This is important. If we have friend, if we have network, we are strong. This is important from everybody, and we want to show the network in the TV, in the live, and everywhere where we can. Thank you so much one more time.
Thank you so much. Thank you both so much one more time. And everyone, this show is Deborah Kobylt Live, and you can see it anywhere because we are live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and then of course on audio as a podcast. So anywhere that you get your podcasts, iHeartRadio or anywhere else, you will find our show, and it has been a complete honor to talk to you both. So thank you, and congratulations on this incredible collaboration. It's one of a kind. It's the first ever. So it's a big deal. So
I want to add one more time what I wish all the time. Everybody put the like in this YouTube.
Absolutely.
From you, because this is your show, your program, and we're so thankful to be here. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure, everyone. And thank you to our audience for joining us for Deborah Kobylt Live. And reach out to me, please, or to anyone here on our show about what you think of this incredible collaboration. I just think it's very unique. It's very forward-thinking. And I appreciate everything that you're both doing. So again, Deborah Kobylt Live, all social media platforms. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.